Hello, Days Our Lives fans. Today is Tuesday, July 2nd. Please subscribe, like, and share. Patch went to the station to turn himself in, basically, and Jada said she had to book him. She took his statement again, and she said, "There's just one problem with your story. It's all BS." Now, the security camera showed there's at least two people. So who was your partner, Ava Vitale? And why are you protecting her? We know she got a note from Clyde. She knew that he had her son. And he's like, "It was just me." And she said, "What about John Black? Y'all are partners." And he said, "Not in crime, we're not." And she said, "Well, I guess I have no choice but to take your word for it." So Justin went on and got him he's in front of the judge today, so we'll see what happens. But he could go to jail. And she did the best she could to get something out of him, but Abe and Kate. Kate goes to visit Abe, and she has a business proposition for him. She thinks they should go into some kind of business together. After they talk about it, they decide they're going to be producers of a soap opera based on that soap opera that crazy nursemaid Abe watched, that they're all actually in. So that was pretty funny. Abe made Kate sit down and watch it, and she said, "Yeah, people eat that stuff up. I thought, let's do it." So I guess they're going to produce some type of soap opera. That's so funny. Paulina asked Kayla to please review Chanel's chart to see what caused her miscarriage. Meanwhile, Chanel's sharing with Johnny she had a dream about the baby shower, and all the presents. And, they both just are still grieving so badly. And they're all crying and hugged each other. And then Johnny gets a call from his boss in California, and of course he had to go on and hire someone else, but gives Johnny hopes that he would use him in the future. So, that's just the way it goes. So Kayla comes back and says, "I have some information for you, Chanel, about the miscarriage," and she tells her to go on and say it in front of her mother. And she tells her that your fetus wasn't viable to start with. And she said, "You mean I was always going to lose the baby?" And she said yes, and it had nothing to do with radiation. And I feel like this gave Chanel a little bit of relief. She jumped up out of the chair and hugged her mama. That was heartbreaking to see them separated like they were. Chanel and Johnny takes Chanel home. She seems a little bit better, I guess, since she made up with her mother. So Marlena calls Stephanie over. She wants Stephanie to go with her to try to talk to Bobby to see if they can't dig Everette out of there. And since Stephanie was involved with Everette, he might react to her. So they go, and here's Bobby, aka Everette, and he's like, "Oh, what are you two doing here?" And they're talking to him, and Stephanie's up in his face saying, "I know you're in there, Everette, and I care about you, and you care about me." He's like, "Oh, please shut up." He said, "You don't care about me. I've been in here for weeks. Where have you been? You haven't even been here." And he said, "Everett's not going to come out. I have to protect Everette. And frankly, Stephanie, you are come across desperate and pathetic, and you're just unattractive to me, sweetheart," or something. He was just dogging her. She go over there, grabbed him, and said, "Let Everette out," and Marlena had to, oh God, he was so funny, intervene a little bit, and so Stephanie had to try to calm down, but he said a lot of hurtful things to her, and he don't care. And Marlena's trying to talk to him, and she's like, we're going to get Everette out of there. We're not here to hurt Everette. We want to help Everette." And he said, "Please." He said, "Well, let me see if I can get Stephanie a room in here." So Stephanie runs right to the police station to talk to Jada and begs her to go talk to Bobby and to try to get him to let Everette out. And that's a wrap for today.